So we might be live right now, Mike.
It says live.
Oh, so Mike and I are playing a little bit right now. We're trying certain things out. We may be live, so we're here. We're not promoting it. We're putting things up. Both of us are the mortgage protection bros. I wonder this new platform if it would work out for us. But I'm gonna go on your Facebook, Mike. See if
I'm
you see my on my Facebook.
I'm thinking that we're presenting to an audience of 2 here. No, there we are. We are on Facebook. There we
Oh,
go.
we're live on Facebook right now,
There
huh?
it is.
How cool is this? We're live on Facebook, so that's great. We could definitely pump that over to the website. And that means we're live on YouTube right now, too, then.
Look
If
at
I
us.
go and look at the YouTube studio, let's see. Studio. Well, it should be. It should be there live right now, too.
I
And
don't know
so
if I'd use the word celebrity, but we are live on 2 platforms right now.
which that's pretty amazing if you ask me. How cool is that? So I believe we're live on YouTube and on Facebook right now. Let's let me see something. If I go to my page, is that where I would see it?
Oh, that's where I saw it. On the
Yes,
Luis
sir. Yes,
Moyano
sir.
Facebook page. There it
So
is.
copy this link. I'm gonna send it to the team right now. Copy link. Training. We're gonna send it to the team.
It's saying that it's live, and I believe that I am our 1 viewer. So we're well underway here.
Well, that's gonna grow. I can once we actually determine a time and a place that we're actually gonna do the live videos. But now that we know that we can just do it live, and then from here, the new social media person can just kind of grab the video and make the edits. Oh my god, I'm so excited right now. This is no more editing for live videos. But now that we know,
Are you
that we can just
in
do it
here
live,
too, watching it? Because we have 2 viewers now.
I have it. I have it there. It's not playing.
Is it me and you that are 2 viewers? Are we that sad?
No, we might have somebody else. Is it show who?
I'm logging off. I want some real numbers here.
Let's see. We are live on Facebook. But I can't even post that. I don't know why it's not typing. Okay, brother. So what should we talk about a little bit? You know what I do want to talk about a little bit?
Hit me with it.
Let's talk about what our leader, fearless leader here, Pete, has been touching on. Going back to the basics, right? Just going back. It's like the biggest thing right now. It's part of I think there's like a movement going on, right? And I think we're just experiencing a lot of growth, which is a beautiful thing. But with growth comes change, and there's going to be 2 different ways of adapting to that change. It's either we're going to flow with it or we're going to resist it a little bit, right? But what happens is that a lot of times with that change, a lot of the people will start changing things themselves, right? And that's when we talk about like, hey, this script works, right? And when I hear you pitch, bro, you're like on script as it gets. Like I think you may add 1 or 2 little things here or
right.
eliminate a thing or 2 just to like make it a little bit shorter. But what would you say about the bringing it back to the basics and staying on script and like how that's helped you?
I mean, I don't think there's anything more important, and that's kind of what cracks me up is you're sitting here talking about like there's this change that's happening, and you can either flow with it or resist it. And what's funny is that I think that the problem is that so many people have been flowing with change that we're so far off from where we started that people don't even realize that they've already made the change. You know what I mean? We need to go back. We need to unchange, if you will, if that's even a word. We need to revert back to doing the things that allowed us to be successful. Like I get calls all the time from other agents, whether they're on our team or not, of being like, hey, this isn't working. And how do you handle this? And what do I do about this? And my answer is always the same, which is use the script, control your pace, and control your tone. If you can do those 3 things, you're going to have success. Stay on script, speak slowly, and control your tone. And the rest should fall into place. I don't know if there's anything more important as keeping it back to the basics. What do you think?
100%, right? And the 3 things you touched about is the pace, the tonality, and staying on script. I've been sitting back and saying, like, how do I get myself to be more consistent, right? And what I came back to is that a lot of the times, depending on how my feelings are at that moment, that is the amount of energy that my customer gets. Well,
Mm.
that's not fair. That's not fair to me because it's not going to give me the same chances of closing. That's not fair to my customer because maybe going through something they're not able to get the same amount of support from that, right? And it's going to affect the ultimate sale. So I've been working at that every single appointment should almost just sound exactly the same, right? That every single appointment should just be the same amount of energy, the same silly jokes, the same things. I got to tell you one thing. I got to give you some kudos. Here's something that I recently started implementing that I absolutely love. And you're very particular about doing this in every single appointment, right? It's you're gonna laugh. It's so simple and it's so silly. When you bring somebody in, right? You're like, "Hey, John, I'm calling you about the mortgage protection plan. How are you? Good, good. So, you having a good Tuesday morning? You having a good Wednesday day so far? How's your Wednesday going so far? Something along those lines, right? But can I tell you why I think it's so good?
I wish you would. Yeah.
I wish you would. I think it's so good because it makes them reflect on their day and actually give you an answer instead of just like, yeah, And if
Yeah.
it is just yeah, it's going, you could be like, oh, I hope it improves for you, or like, yeah, it's good. Like, you joke like, well, that doesn't sound very
Yeah.
convincing, but I'll go with it, and you get them to laugh a little bit, and then boom, right back on.
It it's true. I use it as an opportunity to build a minor rapport. Like you and I have discussed a lot. The intro and the beginning of those calls are fact finding. It's not. I don't really think that it should be used for relationship building at that point. There's a time and a place, which comes later in the call for me. But I do want to like kind of break down the barrier, or get their guard down just a little bit. And to your point, right? I'm not saying how are you. How are you is a conditioned subconscious response. I'm fine. I'm good. What's up? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
exactly. Fake.
how was your Wednesday morning? How's Thursday treating you? How's the Monday been? Right? That's a different way of phrasing a similar question that, to your point, is going to get them kind of a little bit more engaged and thinking like, from a response versus, a conscious versus a subconscious response. So that response, to your point, always gives me an opportunity to say something relatively witty, or at least I think clever, to allow them to laugh a little bit, right? If they're, to your point, if they're like, oh, it's been a rough day, I'm like, yeah, I know, man, tell me about it. It's how my Wednesday has been too. Sounds like we're having the same kind of day, right? Or, it's been a great day, and it's like, oh my God, thank you, I needed some positivity in my life. That's awesome, thank you for that, right? And it always gets some sort of response. But I love hearing that you implemented that, because it's just a little bit of a pattern break.
100%, right? It humanizes you a little bit, right?
Yeah.
You're asking the questions a little bit off. It humanizes you a little bit, and you can kind of just get right back into it from there, right? And then it's so simple. Just you lay the land of where you're gonna go,
Yep.
exactly what's gonna happen during the appointment, and then you just do it. It's not complicated. This is super simple.
But that,
Now,
not to interrupt, Luis, I'm sorry, but in that same vein, like we're talking about getting back to the basics, nowhere in our script does it say to build some sort of fluffy, fake, artificial relationship at that point in the call. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's staying on script. You call, hey, I'm calling for a mortgage protection appointment. How's the day going? Right? That's my twist, is how's your Monday been versus how's your day going, or how's it going, or whatever. So that's my little twist on it. But either way, I'm sticking to the script. I'm not, how are you? Man, I'm so happy we finally got this streak of warm weather. It's really beautiful out, isn't it? Right? Come on. Like, let's be real.
yeah, that's so good, bro. And we can even touch a little bit on that, right? Because I mean, you only know insurance from being here, bro, and it's amazing because like you're so good at it, right? But it's the world that and you've applied what we do. But let me take you out of our world into what most insurance agents do. And I was having a conversation with another agent that was considering going to this other IMO, right? And they did their breakdown, their thought process was going to be a 45% commission rate, but free leads. We're going to go ahead and give you about 10 to 15 appointments, or maybe 10 appointments a day, right? And you just go ahead and run those, and then you get 45% of your commission. Not a bad deal. So I followed up with him a couple of weeks. I was like, hey, did you end up going over there? Like, what happened? He's like, you know what? I did, but then I hated it. I was just like, why? He's like, well, they want me to do a Zoom call with everybody, and the conversation is supposed to last like an hour and a half
Oh, God.
every single time. He's like, some of these agents are on there for like 2 hours because they want you to build so much rapport with these people. I was just like, oh my god, that's horrible. That's definitely not the route. Now we're working on bringing him over here now,
Yeah.
but that's not what you want to do, right? Because now in the final expense world, in the face to face, in the life insurance, you want to sit down, right? You want to find out what's going on. Like you truly want to learn and see what is it that's happening in their life that's important. Who are you protecting? What's your family dynamics like? Tell me about your income. Tell me about what's going to happen if that income is not there to your family members. And you want to butter up that person so much that they're like, they can't wait to buy insurance and to see how much they need it. With us, it's the complete opposite, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think there's a big difference and a lot of confusion between the difference of building rapport and building trust, right? We have to be able to build trust. No one's going to buy from us or share very, very, very personal information they've been conditioned to not give out. No one's going to share that with us if there's no trust. They
Yeah.
will share it with you if there's no rapport and they trust you. They will not share it with you if they don't trust you and there's rapport. The trust is what we're trying to build.
Hey, if they ask you on the phone, like, listen, you just call me, man. Mike, you sound great, but I have no idea who you are. Go ahead and establish your trust, Mike. What do you do?
Well, first of all, I would offer to send over a copy of my state insurance license and my driver's license so they can see that I'm licensed to do business in the state and that my information all matches up because my address, my name, my phone number will be on my state license as well as my driver's license, not my phone number, but my name and address. So that'll match up. So they'll see I'm licensed in the state. And then I'm also going to edify them. Right. Well, I don't feel comfortable giving this information out. I don't know you. And I'll be like, I know it's so weird. COVID, there's been pros and cons, but this is kind of the reason that we do this now instead of coming to people's homes is because it's for everyone's safety. So I know it's weird. I know it's different, but it's all meant to protect all parties involved. So did you receive the copy of my license? Does that make you feel more comfortable? And then continue to just move forward. Now, if they have questions about my career, my background, like I'll give them the time that they need to feel comfortable with the exchange of information that we're about to have, but to a point, right? You have to be able to read these people because there's a certain point where you're going to realize like this person is just never going to trust you. And that's fine. That's understandable. That's okay. We're not going to get everybody. Not everyone needs the protection or wants to allow us to provide that for them. But we need to be able to identify the difference between someone who's trying to build trust and someone who we're just wasting each other's time because it's a delicate balance.
Dude, I love that you said that because it's so true, right? Like you can easily not, and sometimes not so easily, but you can determine that people that are just going to be time wasters or you're not going to move anywhere from. But at the same time, I've had those battles, if you can call them that have turned out to be positive, and that we ended up writing a policy, and then you're like shocked. You're like, did that really just happen after
Right.
all 85 rebuttals I have to go over? But hey, here we are now, right? Here's a funny one that I think I can share with you from one of the appointments yesterday. Same concept. This guy is like, I don't know who you are. Like, I don't like doing business like this. So I go into this whole spiel, right? Thinking it's an objection instead of just a question. Like, Jesus, I was just like, hey man, I completely understand. And then I thought of maybe Brad and some of the dad jokes that he comes up with. And I was just like, listen, let me tell you something. I was like, first, I have two beautiful kids. I have an awesome wife. She's great and she loves the lifestyle that we have. And thankfully, I've been doing this since 2018. I've been able to provide this lifestyle because of what I do for a living. Last thing I want is a spouse that's mad at me or ruining my vibe because I ruined my license. So no matter what, I promise you, I'm not gonna put that into a problem or make it an issue for myself.
Right.
So he started laughing. And I was just like, if you want, I'll send you over like my image, my state license, like whatever it is. He goes, nah, man, you don't have to do all that. You was with everything else you mentioned, you covered it. You're good.
Yeah. But it's important, right? Because you're real, you're authentic. Like that is a legitimate reason, and
Yeah.
I think that with some of these people we talk to, you have to be understanding. It's not you shouldn't be combative when someone doesn't feel comfortable with you, right? Because there's two ways to handle that. You can be combative and like go back and forth with them, which will never result in anything positive. Or you can be understanding and kind of make it like an us against the problem type deal, right? The problem is not that you don't trust me. It's that we haven't established enough trust with each other yet to do this. So how do we work together to trust each other more so that we can both get out of this what we want? You want protection for your family. I want to be able to help provide that through the resources and carriers that I partner with, right? So how do we work together to accomplish this goal versus, what do you mean you don't trust me? Like, I've been doing this for 8 years. I'm one of the top producers in the company. Like, what do you mean? Why would you not trust me? Like, I'm licensed in 12 different states. Like, this is how business is done. What do you mean you're not comfortable with it? Like, pick your poison. But I think the way where you're working together to solve the problem versus being combative with someone is going to yield you much better results.
No matter what, right?
Yeah.
The moment I learned this one the hard way. The moment you get combative, you lost the battle.
100%.
Literally. No one's gonna buy from you if it gets tense. No one's gonna buy from you if you guys are talking over each other and cutting everybody off. If that's the person they are, let it go.
Conversely, though, to that point, everyone is going to buy from someone who they feel seen and heard and understood by.
Yeah.
Right. If they feel like, oh my God, this person gets me, they understand my challenges, my stresses, my concerns, my trust issues. Like, if they feel like that you can empathize and kind of work alongside of them, you're going to sell way more policies than you have any business selling, just simply from being able to relate and connect to people.
And how do you do that so quickly? Because your appointments, I mean, you're in and out the door, bro. 40 minutes tops. If you go over 40, you're like, who am I, Luis? Like, what's going on?
No, I think my approach to it is, my way of building trust is two things, right? Being authentic and trying to position myself as the expert, right? Positioning myself as the expert is simply using the script, right? The call is it's all based off age, health, and income. Yeah, I have here that you're 45 years old. Is that correct? Right. So I'm establishing trust through being the expert because I have some information from them off a lead sheet. I can explain to them what it does and doesn't cover and the plans that they may or may not be eligible for. I'm the expert because I know that information. And in terms of being authentic, you have the choice. You can show up authentically or not. So it's not, I think it happens quickly for people like you and I, Luis, because we're not trying for it. We're just like, here's who we are. Here's what we bring to the table. Here's the value that mortgage protection can provide for you and the people you love. You either want it or you don't, right? And that approach of almost like, it's not going to take much time. It doesn't affect me whether or not you get it, right? That whole kind of mindset that we take, that is what is separating the great producers from the good ones. Is people are like, look, I'm going to be the expert and help you. And if you don't see the value, then I'm on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing I can do there. But I like that. So do you verbalize that to the client at times? Do you say, I'm here to be the expert and guide you?
No, I wouldn't
like
say. I don't phrase it as like I'm the expert here to guide you. I more position myself as like, I'm here to help. Whatever that looks like for you in this world of mortgage protection, I am here to help. So if you need me to send you my license, if you need me to explain this plan, if you need me to talk to your significant other or your kid or whoever, if you need, you need help with changing beneficiaries, like whatever you need in this space, I'm your one-stop shop. And I think when you position yourself like that, and it's almost like my job is to help take the burden of all of this off of you and your family's plates. I think people can appreciate that because we're all inundated with a million different things we need to do. And if you have someone that's like, hey, I'm here to help you and take some stuff off of your plate, I think people feel like almost like a sigh of relief from that. But that's just what works for me. I mean, what about you?
I love that. So you don't actually say, hey, I'm the expert here to guide you. But I really like that, I could be like, listen, this is my job. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm the expert when it comes to mortgage protection. My job is just to guide you, show you what's available, help you see the value. If you don't see it, if the price is too high for you and you don't take it, we're going to be okay. But ultimately, this is a help for you. So what would be the best time for us to go over this? I think that's a great approach.
You say that authentically. Right.
Yeah.
You're like, I've been doing this a long time. I'm the expert in the space. I'm here to help. Like that sounds normal and authentic. You don't say it. And I apologize for any children earmuffs it for what I'm about to say, but you don't sound douchey when you say it. Like you sound like a real professional. What's a douche, Mom? But you sound like a professional who's been doing it a long time, that is the expert in the space. If I'm like, oh yeah, I'm your expert, you can trust me. People are going to be like, No, that's not. But you say it in a way that's authentic and real, and it goes back to the same thing, like you're being authentic.
Uh-oh, you hear
Oh
that?
yeah, I know that
You
song.
hear that? So
Mhm.
I'm as we're talking, obviously I'm paying attention to you and being present, but I'm also learning new things. And it seems here that I can actually share a screen here or a window. So let's give this a quick try because I think it's only fair. And I think from now on we can start it this way. But now that we're sharing, when we start the calls, we could just simply do this. And
Nice.
hey,
I love our song.
we've been riding high in that song, man. That's
So good.
amazing.
My kids will randomly just start singing it. It cracks me up.
When I play it for Mecca, Mecca loves it. She just rolls her eyes at me. She's like, "Oh gosh, here we go, Dad." But
It's
yeah,
the
Mike
best.
Mike thinks it looks too mean. I think my ears look huge.
You do look
But
mean.
we're
I don't
rolling with it.
look like that. Like all I do is smile, and the guy in that picture looks like he's about to get into a cartoon fight.
Cheesiest guy out there. Oh man, I love that. So yeah, now we know we can go. We can go live. I think that now that we are able to do this, we'll be able to maybe spread the word ahead of time, let some people know, like, hey, we're gonna be live on YouTube and on Facebook. And I honestly wonder if you can like see the comments here. Like I know I'm
There
live.
is it for my screen, at least on my end, on the right side here, it says messages from audience will display here. So
Where?
it's for me, like it's in the upper right corner of my. Oh wait, so I'm not full screen. It doesn't show in full screen, but if I exit full screen and I'm just in the website, it shows me top right messages from audience will display here.
That's great. Okay,
Yeah, it's
cool.
pretty cool.
We're gonna
And
invite
guys, to the point,
people.
like Luis and I wanted to do the Facebook Live. I mean, we didn't put any advertising or marketing or any like communication behind it, but if you see us, like join, guys, because the reason we do this, like me and Luis are going to talk all the time anyway. You know what I mean? But we do this because we want to put out content and information for you. So if you guys can join us in there and actually ask questions in the chat while we're talking, we can address this. It might be on topic, might be off topic. It doesn't matter. We just want to make sure that you guys are getting something out of this that's valuable for the time that you're allocating to join us. And the only way we can do that is if you tell us what it is that you want to learn about.
100%, man. It shows that maybe not on Facebook it won't be live, but the YouTube stream, if they comment on there, then we'd be able to see it here. I just posted a test thing on the Facebook one, and it was not there. So I wonder how it would look on the YouTube. And I hate that we're doing like the live testing, but it's a good thing at the same time. Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's live. It only has one viewer,
On
but
Facebook?
on YouTube too. On YouTube, it's going off live also. So I will be able to get those links ahead of time and kind of just blast them out to everybody and say, hey, this time, this place, come meet us.
We are at 4 viewers on Facebook Live. So whoever you are, thank you.
We love you. Thanks for coming, Mom. Mom, thanks for being on here.
You've won one free mortgage protection policy that is not free at all. It actually costs you about $83 a month.
We can do this now. We can do like giveaways,
That's right.
This is the sweaty sock that Mike you wore when
You get
selling 10
you get
policies a day.
one free script training session courtesy of Luis Moyano.
Look at that. We can have some fun with this. But I love it. I think we should keep it short today.
Yeah.
Game plan it a little bit more for next week and know that we'll be able to go live. We'll put it on band. We'll put it on the chat. We'll set up a time that we'll be a little more ready for this. But I'm pumped to see that we could do this.
Yeah. One other thing that I will throw out there, guys, even if you're not an agent, you're just a normal civilian who has questions about insurance, lean on us. This is not just simply about helping agents achieve their goals of helping more and more families. We also like to help families. That's why we do what we do. So if you have questions about it and we can help you out, use the chat, use the emails, like we're here for you.
That's a great point. I think we could also now that it's going to have a broader audience for us, we could quickly just kind of talk a little bit about some of the numbers that people are doing, how the weeks have gone, new agents that are writing business, just things of that sort. This way it's kind of highlighting what's actually happening out there and what people are able to do.
And
I
I
want
know
to.
that you and I have started talking about getting some guests on here to join us as well, and I think that would be really beneficial to hear kind of a different approach, different perspective, and hear some other numbers of what top producers are doing. Because obviously, you can hear what Luis and I are doing. That's just 2 out of 800. So when you see as many people that are going to be coming on here putting up as big of numbers as they're producing, for me, that was really a lot of what I needed to believe in myself, that this is something that I could do, is to hear kind of the different walks of life, the different types of people that can all achieve success. I'm like, if they can, all these different types of people can do it, there's no reason I can't.
And you came in swinging, dude. Like that has always been my mindset, right? And this goes back to like confidence. Like if we look back and we say who makes the best insurance agents, right? It's not going to be the most knowledgeable person. It's not going to be the I don't know. It's going to be the person that is able to hold a conversation. It's going to be that person that sounds good on the phone and that can deliver a point well and be able to like deal with a little bit of pushback or maybe negativity or just answer some questions, you know? I honestly believe this is for anybody. As long as you can walk and you can talk and you sound good talking, this is for you.
I think some social skills and some grit. You have those two things, you're good to go. If you are have the wherewithal and the discipline to pick up the phone and not let the rejection affect you, and you can have a conversation with people without it being weird and awkward, I think that's all you really need.
Social skills and grit.
That's right.
That might be the next one. Hey, let's give a shout out to some new agents, right? So over for Unitrust for the whole month, this number one. Well, let's do like just a top five, just to give you guys an idea. Like the top five people. This guy Edward came in. He did 6 applications for 7,900.
Nice. That was last week.
First time rider for the month
Oh,
from the
nice.
1st of April, right, till the end. Then it was number 5. Number 4, this girl Jessica came in. She did 9,000 in her first month. The number 3 is also a Jessica. She also did 9,900, so just about 10. Number 2, 16 applications. That's 15,000. This guy Michael, and the number 1 guy for the month on brand new agents. These are agents that wrote their first policy in the month of April. He did 20 applications for 21,000 for a
Good.
brand new agent. That's solid.
That's good for an experienced agent. $20,000 a month. That's good
You
stuff,
know,
man.
$20,000 a month. Yeah, let's not talk about what the number 1 agent in the country has done for. It's just a beautiful thing, right? I mean, imagine this. Like we're following this guy's script. We're following the leads that he buys. We're literally taking the same steps. Maybe he gets more leads than we do because he can afford to invest into that, and that's okay. But for the month, he submitted 82 applications. That is $129,000 in submitted business, right? That's the way that you write close to $2 million a year in simplified issue life insurance. Like it's an amazing thing. I know, Mike, you don't want me to go into numbers for you here, but just so you know, Mike is right sitting at number 2 for the company for the month, taking a couple days off.
I'm super pissed, man. This was supposed to be $100,000 a month for me in between kid sicknesses and my sicknesses and days off and stuff. I fell short. So like, look, I'm thrilled about being able to achieve what I was able to achieve this month, but I still fell about 20K short of where my goal was set for. And I'm not thrilled about it.
Me too. Me too. I hit 30,000 and I'm happy about that, but I wanted 50. Right?
Exactly.
Mike,
But
he
that's,
got
but
80, but he wanted 100. What's all right? We're
make
talking
notes
the
of
same
it. Like
sport.
this is what we're talking about though, guys. I mean, do you know how many people wish that they could be in a position where they're doing 30, 40, 50, $80,000 of submitted volume each month? There's a million people that wish they were in that position, but that's, I think, a big differentiator is that for you and for me, and for, I think, everyone at that mark, that 30K mark and above, I think everyone feels like they want to be doing more. And that speaks volumes about the character of the individuals that we've partnered with here, because those are big months, and to be like that, we fell short. That's pretty special to be surrounding yourself with those kind of people.
100%, man. And it's so cool. I'm kind of just scrolling through here, right? So out of just our team, Mike's at number 2. In the top 10, we also, right there, we have Grayson Hughes, who's our top guy. We have Miranda. She's done 48 for the month so far. It's
Nice.
Maria did 44,000. And I'm skipping over a bunch of people. My boy Clint, he was looking for a big month. He came in at 42,000 for the month.
Broke
Yeah,
that 40K,
love
my
seeing that,
guy.
right? I know. You see how Mike and I truly get happy. Like Clint's just a good guy. He just works
He's
with
the
us.
best.
Oh, check this one out. Jason L came back 35K for the month, 35,800.
Huge
My
month
man.
for him, man. I feel like he has been blowing up this month, just killing it. I'm so happy to see Jason. All the production and success that he had this month has been really fun to watch.
Right, turning it on. Ken 34,000.
Mr. Consistent, man. That's what he does.
Look at this next three. Bridget 32, Brad 31.8, Luis 31.8.
Look at that.
That's
The fact that you guys are like coming in where you're coming in at over $30,000 a month is so crazy to me. Like that is insane that you guys can produce like that and aren't in the top 10. That's crazy to me.
you want me to tell you what number we actually are?
Uh sure.
Yeah,
Let's see.
guess what number I'm at with 31 with 32,000.
14.
36.
36. That's crazy. Guys, keep
Segment
in mind
difference.
this is out of 800 plus agents.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So it's like it's a hefty dose of competition, if you will. You can call it that if you want. We're all just competing against ourselves. So it doesn't really matter. But that's incredible to have that many people producing at that level that you could do over $30,000 in a month and not even be in the top 20.
And that's the thing. Anyone can do this. It's just
Anyone
you
can.
just got to treat it like a job, right? It's not hard, guys. We wake up early. We dial from 8 to 11. We do our one training. On that training, if you want to walk your dog and put your headphones on, if you want to sit down and take, like, I believe the newer you are, the more on you have to be. Don't get me wrong. Mike doesn't miss one. I'm on as many of them as I can be. But
Yep.
if I'm gonna take my dog for a walk just to break up the day, I'm gonna put my headphones on and go and listen. If I'm driving to go take care of something, I'm gonna have the training on and listening. So just be as plugged in as possible. Like today, Josh Chris was talking about some person that we shouldn't work with for recruiting purposes. Like that's important for us to be able to know that. Brandon was going over the first part of the script and exactly how he does it so that all the brand new agents are able to like mimic and do exactly that. And
Hopefully
so
they actually do.
that's the biggest thing. Back to the basics, y'all. I'm scrolling right now. There's a lot of people that have submitted maybe just one application, but if I just hit the bottom this month, and this is crazy, guys. This month there were only was 354 agents that submitted at least one policy, right? Just think of the growth that this agency has ahead of them to be able to just like capitalize on what we do. We don't have a lead problem, thank God. Like the leads coming in plentiful, right? We don't have a closing problem, as you can tell. There's plenty of people doing over 30,000. I already told you guys I was number 36, so everything above that. Look, starting at 5,000 plus, 172 people did over 5,000 for the month.
That's so crazy.
It's just so cool, right? I never do this. 10,000 to the 10,000 club. For the 10,000 club, 133 people did 10,000 plus.
Mm-mm-mm.
People just don't understand what this means for them, right?
No, I mean, look, the opportunity's there. Like we can sit here and tell you until we're blue in the face about all you need is the script, the toolkit, and the resource, or the script, the toolkit, and the e-app, and you'll be selling more insurance than you know what to do with. But the fact of the matter is that not a lot of people are willing to take the leap to believe in themselves and bet on themselves to do it.
Mm-hmm. Say it
And
again.
if you are, you'll have success. But it is only for people who are willing to do the things that need to be done. And that comes with some stress and some anxiety and some self-doubt and all these things that we all need to overcome on a day-to-day basis. But what's on the other side is it's life-changing.
Yeah. Let's do chargeback suck next week.
It's all right. We're going to need more than 40 minutes.
We can talk about them a little bit and just how to prevent them from happening. The
Yeah.
things that we can actually do to make sure that those don't come into place. I think we have a couple of things to be able to talk about. But I love it, brother. I always love being here on you. I'm so happy that we have this new platform to be able to play with and stream live on YouTube and on Facebook, and just to have more interaction from people. And let's maybe next week let's just perfect this, you and I, and then the
Mhm.
following week let's bring in our first guest I
Yeah.
think we
And
got. I think we got to shoot for Brandon, man. I think we got to shoot for Brandon first.
absolutely. And I think it's also important that we put some communication behind it next week, because the more involvement and interaction we can get from all you guys that are listening and learning,
Yeah,
the better this is going to be. Because we want to,
totally.
again, this is, as much as I love talking to Luis, and we could talk all day. I mean, you see us. We were going to stop 20 minutes ago, but we can't. And so the more interaction we get from you guys as well is only going to make it more valuable, more beneficial, and that's the point.
Oh, okay. So I put the link in here. It says I tapped the link, but they couldn't find me. See, we got things we got to figure out.
That's right.
Because they were
It's a
trying
learning
to
curve, man.
join. She goes, I couldn't ask the question on Facebook, so I put it on here. So Haley, we're gonna answer this for you right now. She says if they have already changed, or if they already have the coverage and want to increase the coverage, is it a new policy, or can we as the agents go into an existing policy and increase and get paid on that? Great question, Haley. Want to answer this for you. Depending on which type of policy we're talking about, it's whether you're going to be able to make changes to it or not. You're going to have more flexibility on IULs over anything else. But that's not our bread and butter here. For the most part, we don't really speak IULs because we're not looking into that type of plan. But on the whole life plan, after the 30 days, it's going to be locked. If you want to increase it, you're either going to do the difference, that way they keep the best price, or if it is the same price and it's only been a month or two and nothing has changed, maybe we just do a new policy for the larger amount. Um, on term policies, they're locked. There's no change in them. There's no going up or down.
Yeah, I think it also depends on the carrier. Like, each different carrier has a different process and approach for these little idiosyncrasies. Like, I had a woman who needed to decrease her coverage after a while, and I was going to write her a new policy, but I talked to the carrier and they said that I just need to submit her a form to make the change so we could save her the hassle of going through a whole nother application. So just, again, lean on the people that you know and trust in the business. Ask them, talk to the carriers. And as the situations present themselves, you kind of learn and then can have it in your toolkit moving forward.
Yes, exactly. And that's how we learn. We do, you apply, you learn, you fail, you do it again, you fail again, you learn.
You
Right?
don't lose, right? You either win or you learn.
Exactly. If we're not learning, we're not growing, guys. So always want to learn. And I learn something from you every time we do this, Mike.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Very grateful.
Appreciate you, my brother. I'm excited for the next week.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
baby.
cut this stream off, and next week we'll start off with the jingle.